Hi, I am Angie, Quantum Transformation Queen, and this is going to be the first in a three-part series of videos telling you how you can change your life using the Inside Out process. So, what is the Inside Out process then? Well, as a scientist, as a psychologist, and also a qualified high school science teacher, I've done a lot of work on quantum physics, on how your mind works, how the world works, and so I am very scientific in that side of things. But over the past few years, I've also done a lot of studying and got a lot of experience in things like the law of attraction and things that are a little bit woo-woo, okay, which I'm drawn to as well. And that was all done as part of my work as an holistic therapist, Reiki practitioner, all that side of it. Okay, and when I first came across the law of attraction and how your thoughts create your reality and things like that, I was a little bit skeptical. The scientific part of me was like, how can your thoughts create your reality? Now, in psychology, we were taught that what you focus on, you attract, which again links into the law of attraction. So I knew there was something in it, but it's only recently now that the positive psychology movement and so on, it's only recently that the field of psychology and science is starting to realise just how important it is, the way you think about creating your external reality. And what they're now saying is your external world, your circumstances that you're in now, are a reflection of what you've been thinking. Okay, the thoughts that you're in your head. And I can sum it up really, because this video is all about thoughts, okay, your mindset. And I can really sum it up really in you get what you expect. Okay, so if you look at a circumstance maybe that you're in now that's not very good, and I know a lot of us are in circumstances that we never thought we'd find ourselves in, aren't we? But just say, for example, you're in a circumstance, maybe you have lost your job because of the pandemic, all right, and you're starting to panic and you're starting to think maybe the sector that you're in, that's it now, this pandemic's going to go on for the rest of the year, what you're going to do. And if you start to get in that mode of thinking, which is normal, it's a panic mode, isn't it? Then you're going to start deep down expecting this, all right? So, and it's been proven so many times, even in my own life as well, that if you expect something to happen or not happen, then that's usually the case, all right? That's why one of the things that I've stopped doing now is worrying. These things now that would have worried me, that I don't worry about anymore, and then I find that it's not as bad when it actually happens. But when you're worrying, what you're actually doing is using your thoughts to expect a certain thing to happen in a way, okay, and it can sort of make the circumstance worse. And what you need to do is to just look at what you're thinking, okay. It doesn't mean that if you thinking negative thoughts, just say you think a lot of negative thoughts today, it doesn't mean that tomorrow your life's going to be really, really bad. It doesn't work like that. There's like a time limit. Things don't sort of happen instantly. It's just what's happened over a period of time. So if you're having the same sort of thoughts over a long period of time that are quite negative, and maybe you're expecting things about a situation, or you're playing things out in your head, like scenarios, which a lot of us do, don't we? So we can either play over things that have happened, thinking, oh, I wish I'd have said this, I wish I'd have done this differently. So that's one thing we can do. Or we can think about future events that are going to happen in your head, can't you? So just say, for example, you have a job interview. The more you think about, you getting there, and if you've got to do a presentation, for example, you could maybe think about you doing your presentation and you're freezing up and people laughing at you, and you could have that in your head. And then a lot of the time that will happen, or something equally as bad really could happen to stop you getting that job, because deep down you don't expect to get the job, okay? So it's quite hard, and it might take you some time to slowly start building up to change your thoughts. But basically, sometimes it can be thoughts that you don't even realise you have, subconscious patterns from childhood, because thoughts, when they're repeated and repeated and repeated, then that starts to become a pattern and it can get embedded as a belief. All right, so just say, for example, when you were growing up, that you heard a lot from your parents that money doesn't grow on trees, for example, okay? And then you went round your nana's house and you were saying, Nana, Nana, can I have whatever? Oh, where do you think I'm getting the money from this? Or whatever do you say? So the more you start hearing it, the more you start thinking it's true. So you start thinking, right, well, money is hard to get, okay? And even though you're not consciously thinking that now, it's sort of like on a playback loop in the back of your mind, in your subconscious, and it is affecting your reality. So maybe money is hard to get for you. So to sum this video up then, your mind, when it comes to changing your circumstances, changing your life, it starts with the mind, okay? So watch the types of thoughts that you're thinking. Try to look at your circumstance. So if there's a circumstance that you're not happy with now, think to yourself, what thoughts could I have been thinking to make this happen? What's happening now? All right, so if it is that, you find that you've always struggled for money, you find it hard to get, think, what thoughts could I have that's creating this situation? Okay, what could have happened in childhood that's created this situation? Get your journal out. Journal things that you remember, your parents saying, friends saying, teachers saying, exes, whatever, okay? Or if it's to do with your job, why do I keep attracting horrible bosses? Okay, that used to be one for me. Think about what could I have been thinking and believing for that to keep happening. All right, and then that's the start then on how you can start changing your life for the better. So I'm going to leave that here, and in the next video I'm going to be talking about the inside out process, but how your emotions and your energetic self can be affecting your current circumstances. So I will leave it here and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.